Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be unpacking and reorganizing my Star Wars book collection. We have 10 boxes and 2 bookshelves to fill up, so grab a coffee, sit back, and enjoy the video. Okay, so starting out here on the bottom shelf, we're going to be starting off with Vader's Castle by Dark Horse Comics. This book's actually really big, and I had to readjust all the shelves just to get this one book to fit down here. So I would have rather have gone with the newer Dark Horse stories, but it's gonna go in with the Legends Omnibus, which leads us here to Star Wars The Original Marvel Years, Volume 1, and we also have Volume 2 and Volume 3. I didn't get the UK collection because it just didn't seem necessary, but I did get the Star Wars Droids and Ewoks book. Moving on to Dark Horse with the Rise of the Sith Omnibus. From there we have the Old Republic Volume 1 Omnibus and Tales of the Jedi Omnibus. I'm leaving a little bit of room here for future books to be released. I don't want to get stuck and not have any room to expand, but we're going to actually move on to the shelf right above it. Moving on to the shelf above it, we are going to start with the canon Marvel material, starting with High Republic Omnibus Volume 2, and then we will look at Volume 1, which takes place after Volume 2. From there, we have the Age of Republic oversized hardcover, and then the Kanan Omnibus, which should have just been an oversized hardcover. One of my favorite books, the Darth Vader by Charles Soule Omnibus. And then the Age of Rebellion oversized hardcover. And the Heroes for a New Hope oversized hardcover. And the Han Solo oversized hardcover. Trying to keep this as timeline accurate, but it's kind of hard to tell which ones happened first. All that leads into the Star Wars by Jason Aaron Omnibus that takes place after Episode 4. And then we have the Darth Vader Omnibus by Gillen and the Dr. Aphra Omnibus Volume 1. And not sure if it should go after, but we have the Star Wars Omnibus by Pack and Gillen. So in this next space, I pretty much decided to put a stack of Star Wars trades on there. I don't know if I have these in the best order. I probably have to mess around with the order, but I thought to put those there. I have a lot of trades. I didn't really feel like going over every single one of the trades, but if you have any questions about which trades I have, leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Switching over to the next shelf, we are going to continue the Dark Horse with the Empire Volume 1, and I have all 3 omnibus in this one, so we're going to look at Volume 2 and Volume 3. Similarly, we have the Rebellion Volume 1 and Volume 2. I think Volume 3 is coming or just came out. And then the New Republic Volume 1 and Volume 2. And just to fill that space in, I just put this Star Wars box that I have some trading cards in it. Back to Star Wars canon, we are going to be putting Dr. Aphra Volume 2. This is the post-Empire era War of the Bounty Hunters Omnibus and the Crimson Reign Omnibus. There's also the Hidden Empire Omnibus that just came out, but I don't have that one, so we're gonna move on to Age of Resistance. And just like before, just gonna stick a stack of trades here. I don't know if I like this, but put another stack here. We'll move on and see if I keep it like this or reorganize this later. Moving right along to the Next two levels of my shelf, we are going to start with Tales from the Death Star. This shelf, I'm going to focus on the non-Marvel comic era of Star Wars. So we have the Star Wars Adventure comics with the High Republic Adventures. I got Phase 1, all of Phase 2, and most of Phase 3. I also have the Hyperspace Stories as I drop things, and the Star Wars Rebels. And lastly, for Dark Horse, Tales from the Rancor Pit. I'm also going to stick all of my IDW books in there next to it. Not the biggest fan of these, but I think I have 11 volumes of IDW Star Wars before it got canceled and moved over to Dark Horse. And next to that, I'm going to put some of the manga. I have the Edge of Balance manga from the High Republic era, as well as 2 volumes, Luke Skywalker and Guardians of the Will. These are alright. Art's pretty cool, but nothing special. And I'm putting one more stack of comics here to round it out. We move past comics and we start moving into novels. I'm going to actually start with the young adult era novels, starting with the High Republic, Phase 2, Path of Deceit, and Path of Vengeance. From there we go to Phase 1 with Into the Light and Out of the Shadows, followed by Midnight Horizon. I don't have the complete Phase 3, but it starts with Tales of Light and Life, Defy the Storm, and Tears of the Nameless. I'm missing a few. I think there's 2 more books for Phase 3. I'm gonna leave a space there. As I move on to the other side of the shelf, I'm gonna put Ahsoka. The Queen's Trilogy books are next. And Padawan finishes up this bookshelf. This next shelf is more of a miscellaneous shelf slash middle grade shelf. It's going to start off with Clone Wars, Stories of Light and Dark, and Stories of Jedi and Sith. Next we have Star Wars Myth and Fables and Star Wars Life Day Treasury, more short stories. Following that we have the Before the Awakening middle grade books about Luke, Han, and Leia, as well as the sequel trilogy characters middle grade books. These focus on Rey, Poe, Finn, and Rose. After that, we have the High Republic middle grade books. These are the ones from Phase 1, Phase 2, and Phase 3. I don't have all of Phase 3 yet, but soon I'll have those. I also have this Dark Legends short story book that is the same trim size, so I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to move this stack of trades up because I didn't like how it looked next to the other stack. So I'm just going to put these over here for now. Continuing on with young adult, we have Leia, Princess of Alderaan. We have Rebel Rising, Most Wanted, and Crimson Climb. And then we have Lost Stars, probably my favorite young adult book. Poe Dameron Freefall, Force Collector, and A Crash of Fate. On the other side, I don't really have anything to put, so I'm going to put the From a Certain Point of View stories over here for A New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. They're 40th anniversary collections of short stories. Okay, we actually made it to the top of the shelf. We are going to start with High Republic at the top with Starlight Stories and Tales of Enlightenment. These are kind of like short story books. Another book that I have here is Chronicles of the Jedi. It's sort of a supplemental book. Getting into Phase 2 properly now, we have Convergence, The Battle of Jeddah, and Cataclysm. Phase 2 killed it. Then going into Phase 1, we have Light of the Jedi, one of my favorite adult novels. The Rising Storm, equally as good. Tempest Runner, this is actually an audiobook, so is The Battle for Jeddah. And The Fallen Star, the Phase 1 conclusion.
this resistance.
And with phase 3, we have the Eye of Darkness, Temptation of the Force, and I'm still missing the rest of phase 3. So for now, I'm going to put this art book here to kind of fill in that gap. So the shelf right below that is actually going to focus on the Empire era of Star Wars. This era starts with Rise of the Red Blade, Reign of the Empire, Catalyst, a Rogue One story, and Lords of the Sith, Tarkin, and a video game tie-in for Jedi Fallen Order called Battle Scars, and A New Dawn, sort of a Rebels prequel. And we have the Thrawn trilogy. We have Thrawn Alliances, and Thrawn Treason. After that, I put this children's book that I have. I actually really like the illustration of this book. Maybe one day when I have kids, I'll read it to them. But I put that there, and I followed it with the Luke Skywalker solo novel here, Heir to the Jedi. It's probably the worst book I've read in the bunch. Battlefront Twilight Company is next, followed by its sequel, Inferno Squadron, Battlefront 2 tie-in, and a Dr. Aphra audiobook. Okay, entering the last stretch here, final bookshelf, we have the Republic era starting with Dooku, Jedi Lost, Master and Apprentice, The Living Force, Brotherhood, Dark Disciple actually being a Clone Wars cut project. And then on the opposite side, I'm going to be putting the other Thrawn trilogy, Thrawn Ascendancy trilogy. These books here, they take place in the Republic era, but they take place pretty much in another universe, or another galaxy. So let's just put them here in their own world. I do hope we get more Republic era books, but we do have a lot of new Republic era books. So we have The Princess and the Scoundrel. I have another children's book. This book is pretty much the retelling of Han and Leia's wedding, just like in Princess and the Scoundrel, same author and everything. After that, we have the Aftermath trilogy. I'm just gonna stick the whole trilogy in here, trying to save time and not go one by one. I also have the Alphabet Squad trilogy of books here. Next, we have Last Shot. It's like a Han and Lando story. And we have Shadow of the Sith. It's like a Luke and Lando story. We have Bloodline, Phasma, and a short story collection, Canto Bight. And finishing us up here, we have Star Wars Resistance Reborn and Star Wars The Black Spire. I actually lied. We have one more book to put in here that I forgot. Star Wars Ronin. So I'm gonna stick it here. I might actually move it into the miscellaneous bookcase, but for right now, it's gonna go right here. Okay, last shelf here, and this shelf actually has nothing to do with Star Wars, but I got back into comics with DC's compact comic line. So I started buying these up. They're $9.99, small, compact comics that just fit in your bag, easy to read, accessible for anybody who wants to get into comics. I had to support the line. I think it's a great initiative. Another great initiative by DC Comics is their DC's Finest line. These comics are $39.99, and commonly you can find them for less than that, but you get about 600 pages of comics, straight comics. No extras in the back, just comics from start to finish. Great value here. And we're going to start things off with Batman Year 1 and 2, Teen Titans, Judas Contract, and Peacemaker, Kill for Justice. After that, we have Batman, Killing Joke and Other Stories, Suicide Squad, Trial by Fire, and Green Arrow, Longbow Hunter. I don't buy every one of these because they're a little bit more expensive than the compact comics, but I buy the ones that are of interest to me. And finishing up, we have Catwoman, Lifelines, Harley Quinn, Birth of the Murph, and Batgirl, Nobody Dies Tonight. Marvel also started doing something similar to compact comics with their Marvel Premiere line. For those, I have Daredevil, Captain America, and Black Panther. These books are $14.99. They're a little bit bigger than the compact comics. I do like the look and feel of these, but I also feel like they should have went smaller, more compact, and at a better price point to really compete with DC's compact comics. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue those. Lastly, I'm just going to add a few trading cards that I have here. I have a sketch variant and a wave Boba Fett that I pulled. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you for taking the time out to watch me put away some books. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, and comment below what some of your favorite Star Wars books are. I hope to be putting out more videos in the future of different variety, not just books. So please stay tuned. Till then, peace.